Okay, so let's start. So good evening, everyone. I believe there were supposed to be 7 participants, but only 3 turned up. So that's okay for day 1. Okay, so good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, let me first set the agenda for this entire program. So before even we start, let me know if you are comfortable with English only or Hindi, English both, or only Hindi.
I am comfortable with Hindi English both.
English both. How about others? Anyone has any specific requirement that only English, only Hindi, anything, or a mix of both will do? Okay, so we'll use a mix of Hindi and English. And sorry, before we start, just let me introduce myself first. So my name is Varun. I am part of Lean Six Sigma community. I am a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt myself, having total work experience of 16 years now, predominantly into implementation and training of Lean Six Sigma methodology. I am basically a mechanical engineer, transformed into a consultant. I worked with 3 of the big fours before I started something on my own. And now it's been 2.5 years since I am into the freelancing role of Lean Six Sigma training program only. Okay. Hi, Aravinandan. Yes, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, but okay. So I am basically from a place called Patiala, which is very close to Chandigarh, around 50 kilometers from this place, from Chandigarh. I am based out of Chandigarh for as of now, and I keep on traveling, and I am a visiting faculty to all the tier 1 and tier 2 institutes. I have worked with manufacturing, I have worked with IT industries, I have worked with steel manufacturing, telecom, aviation, and banking industry also, with respect to implementation of this particular methodology. Implementation plus training. I am a visiting faculty to all the IIMs and IITs, plus and I have been to all the tier 2, some of the tier 2 institutes globally as well, to impart the training of Lean Six Sigma Green Belt and train them on Lean Six Sigma methodology, whether this is Green Belt to corporates or Black Belt to corporates, or Green and Black Belt to the institutes also. So I have personally led more than 100 plus projects, Black Belt projects, and I have implemented myself 7 Master Black Belt projects over a span of 16 years of my own experience. So I hope that I will be able to bring in the same value, same credibility, and same authority and same clarity of concepts to this particular group also, which I have been trained on, which I have been acknowledged globally and recognized globally for simplifying this methodology, so that you will be able, so that the participants are able to implement this methodology in their day-to-day life as well. Okay. So with that intent, I welcome you all with to the Lean Six Sigma Green Belt plus Black Belt training curriculum. And before even we proceed, before I set the agenda and the context for the next 15 sessions of our interaction, just wanted to know a quick round of introduction with all of you. So please introduce yourself to the larger audience, and while you introduce, please include the role that you are currently performing in your organization. Have you ever been into a Lean Six Sigma workshop, whether this is white belt, yellow belt, or any awareness workshops? Any projects which you have identified or implemented previously? And the last topic that I want you to specifically highlight is, why are you here? So just to gauge the expectations that I should be able to fulfill at the end of the session. Why have you selected this green belt plus black belt or Lean Six Sigma methodology? So who wants to go first?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Sushi.
This is Sushil Tiwari. I'm right now residing in Pune, and I'm working with the Stunt Tech Resource Net Private Limited. It's a design company, engineering company. Basically, previously it was a water only company, but right now, after Stantec took over MWH Globals, we are dealing with oil and gas, energy, buildings, water sector, and everything. Design company. Pune. I am right now.
Is the organization name? May I know it again?
Stantec Resource Net Private Limited.
Stantec. Okay.
Yeah, it's a US company.
Okay.
Yes. Right now, I'm a quality management system associate in this company. I'm working as a quality person from last 7 years in here. I have a total experience of 9.5 years.
Okay.
Previous experience was called Oracle Database Administrator. I have like 2.3 years
Okay.
that experience as well.
So from Oracle to quality, how did this shift happen?
Actually, uh, it was shifted because of some of my personal issues
Okay.
at that time, and I was, frankly speaking, I was not able to acquire a job in that field. And
Okay.
suddenly I got a chance over here, and I started in engineering because I was previously as a database IT, you can say, and this is a totally different role I got. So
Okay.
I don't know whether it's called a luck or you say I know the world the way it runs.
Okay. So you never get the field that you have studied in. Same thing happened with me, mechanical engineer, then into consulting.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Not. Yeah, but in the new organizations,
Mm-hmm.
definitely I have faced a lot of issues because I was not from an engineering background.
Mm-hmm.
I was given a role to implement the process ISO standard of call it 9001 2015 in
Mm-hmm.
my organization with developing the quality management system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I from scratch I developed a quality management system in my company as well as implemented those ISO standard of 9001 2015 in the company. Previously it was like 250 employees, but
Mm-hmm.
definitely they were like IITians and everything. So
Author.
it's very hard for me to implement
Oh.
because they were their age was like whom I'm working, their age difference was a lot of uh,
Mm-hmm.
40 45, and I was that time as like 26 or 20.
Okay.
So they got very odd situation to
Mm-hmm.
if I'm saying something to brag, but it was a learning period, and the management really helped me a lot to learn and to implement those things. Right now I also implemented IMS system because
Mm-hmm.
right now we have four standards, certified ISOs standard here,
Okay.
quality management system as well as health and safety, environment, and recently we have gone through the IT tool 27001.
Okay. Exactly.
Yeah, so it was a great roller coaster ride, and I also done my green belt with the QA GM last, but that was like self-studied and given an exam, but I fortunately passed. I wanted to, yeah, it is like when you do a self-studies, it is very hard to understand the basics as well as the core, the thought process around it.
Yep.
I found it very hard to understand it. I have read the entire book 3 or 4 times. Then I got uh, that confident to give the exam,
Okay.
and that was the reason I just wanted to get into a group or some good because I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do black belt from ASQ.
Okay.
Uh, uh,
Okay.
because it was one of the best, right? So when I
Uh-huh.
got the chance from Gavitex, and I know the it is based on the knowledge of book from ASQ,
Okay.
I
Yep.
simply said, okay, I'm ready to because their training and certification is like 70,000 or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, so, and that certificate for ASQ is valid only for 2 years, and then
Right.
you will have to appear again.
Reappear again and again.
That is good.
Yeah.
Good to know, Sushil. And thank you. Thanks for the thanks for the introduction and very warm welcome to the session.
Yes,
And
thank
I hope that it will be a learning experience for you as well as for me, because going through your experience itself is a roller coaster ride. So I'm sure that we will be interacting more and then we will be sharing more.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Okay. So who wants to go next? Prasanna, Vineet, Hardev.
Yeah, this is Vineet Varun. Good
Yeah.
evening,
Hi. Good
and
evening,
good evening
Vineet.
to all my fellow participants. To start off, I'm basically a pretty senior functionary compared to a lot people whom I can see. This has been I have had almost about 37 years of experience in business entrepreneurship as well as in service. My job had been, I had been in service since 2000 in manufacturing industry as well as in service industry as well as in financial conglomerate. So as
Okay.
the senior vice president and vice president of a company, I just, my last job posting was in Calcutta and I've always been in Calcutta rather. And I just left the job in September last year to pursue my own consultancy in taxation, legal, finance, loan syndication, real estate. So a lot of things are going around, but Six Sigma has been on my radar since the last, say, about 5, 6 years. Unfortunately, I was not getting enough time while being in the profession and while being in the company as a senior functionary, very close to the management. So we just do not get time for ourselves. So once I'm out of that fatigued journey, so I thought that why not to pursue this thing?
This,
This is just some value addition to my own self.
yeah, yep, yep.
And
And Vinit, just wanted to ask if you are also providing consulting services from operational excellence standpoint.
well, I've been providing excellency. I've been providing consultancy for systemization and restructuring of companies.
Okay.
And basically, it is the consultancy is on also for HR purposes because we want to restructure a lot of HR functions so that
Mhm.
they, the values can be unlocked and we have leaner teams and fitter teams.
Okay.
What has
Yep.
happened in the post-COVID scenario,
Mm-hmm.
most of the companies have been, trying to cut down on the employee side,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and but they do not know whom to retain and whom not to retain.
Not working. Yes.
So that is where we come in as evaluate. We evaluate those people, evaluate those companies, see the roles of these people, and try to make some difference. I know it's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
We are in the bad books of a lot of guys who are being, given the pink slips, but
Yeah.
still, my job is to, get a leaner and a fitter organization so that the
Perfect.
profit, the bottom line is okay, is increased. The top line will not go up,
Mm-hmm.
but at least we can, try to squeeze in the profitability much more.
Perfect. Perfect.
This thing could help me identify a lot of weaker spots. Despite
Definitely.
my black belt and green belt, I've never had any occasion to do it.
Okay.
But I think this will be able to identify me because
Definitely.
I've done OSHAs, I've done ISO 9000 and ISO 18,000 in my previous company. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, I was wanting to do Kaizen on myself.
Okay. That's a good way to put it.
Maybe I'll get this opportunity from here, and
Okay.
could be I can percolate it down to my younger generation who are still in touch with me in all these
Okay.
organizations.
Got it. Got it. Thanks, Vinit. Thanks for the introduction and welcome to the session. And I do hope, given your vast experience, we also will be learning and definitely would be interacting more. So I will be taking your help in generating more business-oriented examples wherever required.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So Hardev, Prasanna, Ravinandan, am I audible now, Ravinandan? Probably I'm not audible to him. Yeah, okay. How about Hardev and Prasanna?
Yes, you are clearly audible to me.
Yeah. Okay. Please introduce Hardev.
Yeah, this is Hardeep Patel.
Okay.
Uh, Actually, I have not this much of experience in this corporate field.
Mhm.
I have my business in two-wheeler finance,
Okay.
and I came to know about this Six Sigma black belt. Right now, I'm working in a corporate since last 1 hour or 1 year
One
as as a medical coding analyst.
medical coding analyst.
Yes. From there only, I came to know about this.
Got it. Got it. Perfect. Thanks, Hardev, and welcome to the session. So I will ensure that I will keep it simple and I'll not bogged you down with the data, but obviously data will come at its own pace, at its own time, but we'll try to simplify things as much as possible.
Yeah, sure. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thanks. Okay, Prasanna, Arab, Vinandan, yeah, Prasanna.
Hello, sir. This is Prasanna Agnihotri. I have done mechanical engineering. I'm from Pune. Currently, I'm working in Tata Motors in maintenance department. So,
Maintenance department. Okay,
yes.
so are you working CVB, PCBU, na?
No, sir. CVB.
CVBU.
Yeah.
Okay. I was part of PCBU there in Rudrapur plant around in 2009.
Okay.
I was part of Tata Nano project. So I was to blabber about Tata Nano ki ye kiya hai, wo kiya hai. Now I will refrain from doing that.
Right.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks. Yeah. So why are you here, Krishna?
Actually, I use all these like few of the techniques like 5S, Kaizen, Kanban, Hokkaido. So just wanted to know more about all these techniques to gain the knowledge and get certified. So I've choose this, and I can see like all these techniques are included in this Six Sigma. So just
Got
I
it.
chose this.
Got it. And just for out of my curiosity, because I used to the one who used to monitor this for Tata Motors mainline section in Rudrapur. What are the MTBF and MTTR parameters as of now? Any idea about it? Just the raw numbers.
Okay, like the targets.
Currently, baseline, not the targets, but current level.
Okay, sorry, I'm not aware of that.
Okay.
Recently, I have joined.
Achha, theek hai. Koi will be using these terminologies, so I just
Yeah, I know about this, but don't know about the actual target.
No worries. Theek hai ji. So we have enough time to practice all this. Okay.
Yes.
So thanks and very warm welcome everyone once again to this particular session. And now I'm just going to set the agenda for how we are going to be structured and what are the topics that we are going to cover in the next 15 sessions. Okay. So, and I'm elaborating one approach, and please let me know if in that approach, if you need anything to be, customized specific to the requirements. If you feel, please let me know. So I'm just setting the ground rules first. So the first ground rule is that we will be meeting on daily basis, approximately on daily basis for 2 hours. So there will be some days when you will not be available. There will be some days when I am not available. So there is going to be 1 or 2 days wherein the session will be preponed or postponed. So either the session will be conducted on Fridays if the group agrees to that, or if the group does not agree to it, then we will be extending the schedule of this particular session by a day or two, depending upon the travel and depending upon the requirements. So not more than 2 or 3 sessions will be postponed, but during the course of 15 to 20 days now, that is going to happen. So I'm just apprising you at the forefront, because there are certain events which might happen at my end. So around 1 or 2 sessions will be postponed or preponed. So if you are okay to schedule a session at 10 to 12, then I'm okay. So anything and everything will be done as per the consensus within the group. If not on this particular call, then I will be raising a poll in the WhatsApp group, and then based on the outcome, we will be deciding when to schedule this or when to reschedule the original session. So not more than 2 or 3 sessions is going to happen. So I'm apprising you at the front. Proactively as of now. So second ground rule is that I am not a PowerPoint presentation person. So I know a lot of you will have been going through the PPTs through their professional careers or their academic careers, but I am not going to refer to any of the PowerPoint presentation. So PPT for this Lean Six Sigma green belt and black belt is available for you to go through, and recordings will be also. And if there is any topic which you think that requires any further deliberation or any further discussion, so please let me know. We can surely discuss that. Okay? So I am not going to refer to the PowerPoint presentation. That is ground rule number 2. Is this okay with everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
third rule is that we are not going to have too many breaks, not too many. There is no break for the about 2 hours. In case that is required, we may end the session early, about 10 minutes early, or we may start late by 10-15 minutes. But somehow I don't want to break the chain of thoughts and then again reconvene for about 15-20 minutes or half an hour. So we'll continue for about 2 hours or 1 hour 45 minutes, and then we will break the session. So maybe 10-15 minutes plus minus will be there. But in case there is any requirement by the group, and if you feel that you are not comfortable, you need a bio break or you need to attend on something, so my request is please let me know so that we collectively can go on a break. So each and everyone individually going on break is not preferred. So let me know so that we all can break up, and then it is my responsibility to cover the entire curriculum in the last 30 hours. Okay. So I am a consultant by profession. I can complete this entire topic within 30 hours, or I can take 60 hours. I can take 70 hours also. But I will ensure that I cover each and every aspect of Lean Six Sigma. But I need your not only active, but I need your excessive participation. Okay. So for that, please do not hold back any question which is coming to your mind. Please ask the question as and when it is coming to your mind. Do not hold back. Your responsibility is to ask as many questions as you can from different scenarios, from different business processes, from business setups, so that once you are through with this particular methodology, it is you who has to go back and provide the justification to your business stakeholders that you are now on the Six Sigma Green Belt or a Black Belt certified professional. So I don't want the interaction to be over within this 15 sessions. So please keep on interacting. That WhatsApp group will continue for the many years going forward. We will ensure that it is kept active and alive. But at the end of the day, it is you who has to justify and implement this particular methodology, who will be given some data to do the analysis and provide the inferences. So please ask as many questions as you can. Do not worry about whether we will be able to complete the curriculum within 15 days or not. If required, we can extend this session by 1 day and 2 days also. If required, we can extend the session by an hour or so also. But main and only expectation from you guys is please participate, not actively but excessively. Do not hold back any question. Is that okay? All these 3-4 expectations. We are not going to have any breaks. I am not going to refer to any PPTs. We will be meeting for about 1 hour 45 minutes per day, and then we will be closing the session 10 minutes early or 10 minutes later. Please do not hold back for any questions. Let me decide when to cover this topic or when not to cover this topic. And one more ground rule specifically for Sushil or Vinit, Sushil, who is here to attend this. And I know that your expectation will be this will be covering all the topics which are there in the ASQ book of knowledge. So this curriculum is based on book of knowledge. So most of the time, because ASQ book of knowledge is drafted with respect to manufacturing industry only.
Okay.
So all the manufacturing concepts, Kanban, Kaizen, TOC, and all those topics are elaboratively discussed there, and their focus is more on the data part. So same thing is going to be here, but the only change is we will not be focusing on all the topics with respect to manufacturing.
Okay.
So there are few topics, very few topics, which we will not be covering. And at the end of the session, I will also highlight, because I have the body of knowledge and the topics of ASQ, I will be able to share it with you over the group also. So I will be specifically highlighting that these are the 3-4 topics that we have not covered.
Okay.
Okay. So because and Haijunka or all the other things are not part of Lean Six Sigma, Lean methodology, basically, but not Six Sigma. So our focus is basically Six Sigma data analysis and looking at the data, finding out the root cause, and then taking the fact-based decision. So Lean methodology is theory-based, and I will not spend much time over Lean methodology. So I will specifically highlight that these are the 2 topics that we are not touching, and that is something which we can cover offline also.
Okay.
Okay. So these last 2 expectations. First is everyone has to identify a project. So if not today, because time is a little lesser, and then we will be, we will not be able to cover the entire project identification today. By tomorrow, we will be covering the project identification. So that means by day after tomorrow, by Wednesday, Thursday, or let's say by Friday, 14th, everyone has to identify a project. Okay, and this is not optional. This is mandatory. Consider this mandatory from the training perspective, but not from the certification standpoint. This will not be a showstopper from the certification journey. This will not stop you from taking the examination or so, but this is more from the learning methodology standpoint. So whatever we are discussing, I will be dividing you in the mini groups, and then we will be doing some brainstorming exercises. We will be drafting the problem, identifying the problem, and looking at the things, how the top leadership or how the management will look at those things. But everyone must have a project at hand. And the last expectation is you need to install Minitab in your laptops. Minitab is a software. Any version beyond Minitab 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20, or 21st. Any version will do. But you need to get Minitab installed in your laptop by Thursday. Not by Thursday, by Friday. And Minitab is a costly affair. One license for Minitab is costing around 1.5 lakh. But good part is that the trial version is available on its homepage. So you need to go to Google, type Minitab, and its trial version is available on its homepage, which will be valid for about 30 days. So you need to fill a small form, which will require you to fill your email ID and your organization details, and small form around 7-8 things. And then within 15-20 minutes, you shall receive an email with the downloadable link. Download the Minitab, get it installed either through your official IT team or by your in your personal laptops. Get this installed, up and running by Friday. Okay, because most of the Lean Six Sigma data analysis, Minitab is the software which we will be using. We will be practicing a lot of this in plain Excel also. We can practice this in Python or R as well, but Python and R is a coding language which will not be or may not be understood by everyone. So Minitab is very user friendly, and hence we will be making use of Minitab software trial version only.
Varun, may I just butt in?
Yep.
Since I'm not attached to any particular company, as a consultant, can I give what organization would I give?
Oh, you can type in ABC, no worries. Okay. So it is just the name that they want. Otherwise, I mean, they are not going to validate it. It is not a drop-down menu. So you can type in XYZ ABC. And the technique which most of the people use is once the license version is expired, so they download it again with a different mail ID.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
But now Minitab has stopped this. And now Minitab will take into account the system or the laptop, and it will check for the registry. So it will not allow you to use the trial version again post more than 30 days, unless you clean the registry files.
Okay. Okay. Right. Thank you.
So you can make use of, type in any information, and then you can download Minitab. And one more word of caution, Minitab trial version is valid for 21st version only. But cracked version or the pirated version of Minitab software is also available to be downloaded, full versions, cracked versions. So if you can get hold of that, please do that. Okay. But only in personal laptops, not in organization laptops. Yep. So that is it. These are all the ground rules. Let me know if you think anything which needs to be altered, which needs to be changed, or otherwise we are going to start the session. Anything which you feel can be or should be altered, changed, which is not fitting as per that situation.
Okay. No, nothing. Thank you.
Nothing from my side.
Perfect. Okay, so last thing, we will be, so what I have seen is a lot of people would focus on the case studies, case scenarios to be discussed. So all that is in pipeline, all of that is what we are going to do as well, but not right now. So we are going to cover the Lean Six Sigma methodology up till at least half of it, up until the third last or second last session. There will be no case study which will be discussed. There will be small examples, there will be caselets, there will be scenarios which will be discussed, taken up and discussed. But end-to-end case study will be taken up, will be discussed only in the third last or second last session. So that is where that once we have covered at least define, measure and analyze phase of this DMIC framework, that is when I will explain you the end-to-end scenario, end-to-end business scenario. From the very start, from the identification of the problem, whatever we have learned is what we are going to see in the example in the case study as well. Okay. So all that case study explanations and understanding of the concept is already planned, but that is planned at a slightly later stage once we are done with the entire concept, or at least half of the concept. So case studies will be there, caselets will be there. There are 2 caselets. If the time permits, we will be able to cover them both in one session, or if not, then we will be devoting 2 sessions specifically for the case studies. But they are not planned as of now. So once we start, please do not expect and please do not hurry that case study nahi aayi hai, case study aaj bhi ho gaya, ek din bhi ho gaya, 4 din ho gaya, abhi the case study nahi aayi hai. So all that will be there, but that is going to happen somewhere around 11th or 12th session. So first 10 sessions, we will be building the concepts, building the framework, establishing the ground rules, and then we will be practicing something, scenarios, caselets, and discussion points, identifying the projects, collecting the data and validating the initial data. And that is when we will be dealing with the case studies. Okay, so that completes the entire gyan of Lean Six Sigma ground rules for this particular session. Now let's start with this. So today and tomorrow will feel like that we are revising the concepts. We will be revising the concepts, and now we are starting with this. Okay, so before we start, very first question from my side: what is Lean Six Sigma as per you? What is your initial understanding, something which you have been briefed about during the orientation with Gravitex, or something which you have already heard?
Lean Sigma is a technique to reduce losses and increase efficiency, process efficiency.
Reduce losses, increase process efficiency. Okay. Okay, how about others? DMAIC framework, Arvind says DMAIC. So Arvind, DMAIC is a framework, but is used for problem solving.
Lean Six Sigma helps us increase speed along with quality.
Increase speed and quality. Okay.
That reducing unwanted and unutilized items or resources, so that we can have less wasteful environment, so that and that will decrease the cost of production, and or rather the cost to the company, and increase profitability.
Decrease the cost, increase profitability. Perfect. So Six Sigma helps in reducing the losses, process losses, company losses, plant losses. It helps in improving the process efficiency, increasing the speed, improving the quality, reducing waste, decreasing the cost, increasing profitability. But so does PDCA, so does theory of constraints, so does Kanban, so does Kaizen, so does vendor managed inventory, or so does JIT, so does JIT2 now, so does machine learning, so does AI, so does predictive analysis. Then why do we need to focus on Lean Six Sigma? All of these methodologies are also focusing on improvement of the process, increasing the profitability, reduction in cost, reducing the wasteful activities which we need not do, not hiring the resources which we do not require for the next days, the next few days, no, doing the baselining, balancing the line as per the customer requirement, eliminating the losses. All of these methodologies, and there are many more also. All of these are focusing on this. तो फिर Lean Six Sigma में different क्या है?
It's mainly focuses on a specific problems of the organizations. It's maybe the performance deficiency, if it was there for the resources, or the improvement that organizations needs to be done in any field as per the management is required.
Okay.
Improvement opportunities. It can create a improvement opportunities basically.
Okay. So improvement opportunity is the start point of Six Sigma. It is not the end point.
Right.
Improvement opportunity होगी तभी हम Lean Six Sigma लगाएंगे, which is known as define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So this is focusing on define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So what we are going to do is, we are going to first identify the problem in define phase. उसके बाद we will validate the problem. The validation of the problem is equally necessary because it will tell us whether this is an apparent problem or an actual problem. चार लोगों ने आके मुझे बोल दिया कि आपका वेट ज्यादा है, should I trust them or not? चार लोगों ने आके मुझे बोल दिया कि I am good looking, so should I trust them or not? चार लोगों ने आके बोल दिया कि you are not working as per the industry standard, should I believe them or not? This is what we are going to do. We are going to validate the problem. Is it actually happening or is it an apparent problem? चार लोगों को लगता है तो प्रॉब्लम है या सच में प्रॉब्लम. For an example, specific to महाशिवरात्रि और अगस्त टाइम का जब एरिया टाइम आता है, so in Haridwar region, entire roads are blocked because of the Kavod Yatra, and so all the plants in the Begumpura or in that particular region will not function for about 10-12 days. So if I talk about the productivity of those 12 days or of that specific month, that is obviously going to be on a lower side. But seeing that data for, let's say, for those 20 days, 30 days, when people are having trouble reaching office on time, if someone tells you that your productivity levels are not okay, will you believe that? Your help to improve a process. Okay, so I am a CEO and I am you are a consultant and I am asking your help in, and I'm making a statement. I'm giving you the problem statement, only one problem statement, and that problem statement is that it takes me 40 minutes to reach office. Goal is 40 minutes को कम करके 20 minutes लेके आना. Now this is to reach office. This can be a transaction time, this can be throughput time, this can be a deliverable time, this can be report making time, this can be invoice processing time, this can be a transaction time, this can be any other time. Establishing the new connect or acquiring a new customer, serving food, table turnaround time, warehouse turnaround time. It can be anything. But for now, let's say this is 40 minutes to reach office. I want your help to reduce it to 20 minutes. How will you go about it?
First, look for the routes.
Look for the routes. Okay. And but if I say there is only one route and I travel by car and there is only one way of driving a car, no other way.
Change the timing of the travel.
Okay. So if I change the timing of the travel, that would mean that instead of 8 o'clock, I will be reaching office at 7 o'clock. But still, it will take me 40 minutes to reach office. Problem is not that I am reaching office late. Problem is that it is taking me on an average 40 minutes to reach office. So ये जो आपने किया अभी, change the routes or use a different vehicle or change the timing, all that is known as problem solving approaches. This is where we will look at PDCA approach or total productive maintenance or theory of constraints or Kanban or Kaizen or any other framework which do not require any data analysis. Approaches. उसके बाद I will go ahead with problem solving approaches. Average speed increase कर दो, कार की जगह बाइक लेके चले जाओ. I will explore different routes. I will explore different timings whenever I have less traffic. Okay, but that is not possible in this case. अब क्या करूं? What should be my next step? प्लीज लेट मी नो जो भी आपके दिमाग में आ रहा है, सही गलत वो बाद में देखेंगे, बट जो भी दिमाग में आ रहा है, व्हाट विल यू डू?
Take action
on
the most viable approach when we go for the problem solving approach.
So matlab you are still in step 2.
I'm still in step 2. Yeah.
Step 2, perfect. So that means you are not looking at any data point. You are not looking at the process, but you are looking at the problem.
Yeah, correct.
Right. So this mindset has to change for Lean Six Sigma. Okay, so this first and second step, by default, we are assuming that you have implemented this, but still the problem is persisting. Right. ये दोनों कर दिया हमने, जितना मेरा experience था, still the productivity targets are not met, still the sales targets are not met, still the customer acquisition cost is not coming down, still the turnaround time is not coming down. तो उसके बाद क्या करोगे? उसके बाद you will go ahead with lean methodology. I am going to cover the next 14 sessions now. So let me know if this approach is largely good for you, or if you think that there is some customization which I need to incorporate in my training delivery. Accordingly, I will modify my playlist.
Just one thing, I mean, whatever is being covered here, Varunji, this is in LSS. This is available in as you said, this will be available in LMS.
PPT. LMS, yes.
Thank you so much, Varunji. Thank you.
Yes, sir.